Hi all, this is Disha Shukla and welcome to the session. In this session we are going to discuss about mobile IP. So what is mobile IP actually? Mobile IP or MIP is an Internet Engineering Task Force, that is IETF standard communication protocol that is designed to allow the mobile device users to move from one network to another while maintaining a permanent IP address. The mobile IP allows the user to connect to the internet without a normal static or dynamic IP address through the use of the unique mobile IP address. This unique address lets the computer connect through a network to a home IP address but still utilize and communicate with the network's protocol. Some of the components, there are basically three major components of the mobile IP network, and those are the mobile nodes, the home agent and the foreign agent. A mobile node is a device such as a cell phone, a personal digital assistant or a laptop whose software enables the network roaming capabilities. A home agent is a router on the home network serving as the anchor point for communication with the mobile node and its tunnel packets from a device on the internet, called a correspondent node to the roaming mobile node. And a foreign agent is a router that functions as the point of attachment for the mobile node when it roams to a foreign network or a neighboring network that delivers the packet from the home agent to the mobile node. A mobile IP follows three particular procedure, that is the agent discovery, registration and tunneling for actually sending the packets from one point to the another point. So what is agent discovery? The agent discovery is a method by which a mobile node determines whether it is currently connected to its home network or to a foreign network, and by which a mobile node can detect when it has moved from one network to the another. When connected to a foreign network, the methods also allow the mobile node to determine the foreign agent or the care of address being offered by each foreign agent on that network. This next step is the registration. So mobile IP registration provides a flexible mechanism for the mobile nodes to communicate their current reachability information to their home agent. It is a method by which the mobile nodes request forwarding services when visiting a foreign network. It informs their home agent of their current care of address, renews a registration which is due to expire, and deregisters when they return home. And the last procedure that we have over here is called the tunneling. Now this is a phase where a reciprocal tunnel is set up by the home agent to the care of address to route the packets to the mobile node as it roams. The method by which the mobile IP receives the information from a network is called tunneling. Now it has two primary functionalities, that is encapsulation and decapsulation. Encapsulation of the data packets to reach the tunnel endpoint, and decapsulation when the packet is delivered at the endpoint. Besides that, the mobile IP is a standard that allows the user with the mobile devices where the IP addresses are associated with one network to stay connected when moving to a network with different IP address. When a user leaves the network with which the device is associated, that is the home network, and enters the domain of a foreign network, the foreign network uses the mobile IP protocol to inform the home network of the care of address to which all the packets for the user's device should be sent. So whenever a device is in its home network, it has a home address associated with it, and when it enters in a foreign network, it has a care of address that is associated with it. The mobile IP is most often found in the wireless WAN environment where the user needs to carry their mobile devices across multiple LANs with different IP addresses. A common analogy to explain the mobile IP is when someone moves his residence from one location to another. So the person moves from, say, Boston to New York. The person drops off all the mailing address to the New York post office. New York post office notifies Boston post office of the new mailing address, and when Boston post office receives the mail for the person, it knows to forward the mail to the person's New York address. Now, using this illustration, the mobile IP topology, the scenario that actually occurs when a datagram moves from one point to the another can be explained as the internet host sends a datagram to the mobile node using the mobile node's home address. That is the normal IP routing process. Now, if the mobile node is on its home network, the datagram is delivered through the mobile IP process to the mobile node. Otherwise, the home agent picks up the datagram. Now, if the mobile node is on the foreign network, the home agent forwards the datagram to the foreign agent. The foreign agent delivers the datagram to the mobile node, and hence the datagram from the mobile node to the internet host are sent using a normal IP routing procedure. Now, if the mobile node is on the foreign address, the packets are delivered to the foreign agent. The foreign agent then forwards the datagram to the internet host. In case of the wireless communication, the illustration depicts the use of wireless transceivers to transmit the datagrams to the mobile node. Also, all the datagrams between the internet host and the mobile node uses the mobile node's home address regardless of whether the mobile node is on the home or the foreign network. The care of address is used only for communication with the mobility agents and is nearly used by the internet host. Now, how does actually the mobile IP works? The mobile IP enables the routing of the IP datagrams to the mobile nodes. The mobile node's home address always identifies the mobile node regardless of its current point of attachment to the internet or an organization's network. So, when away from a home, a care of address is associated with the mobile node with its home address by providing the information about the mobile node's current point of attachment to the internet. Mobile IP uses the registrations mechanism to register the care of address with the home agent. The home agent redirects the datagram from the home network to the care of address by constructing a new IP header that contains the mobile node's care of address as the destination IP. This new header then encapsulates the original IP datagram, causing the mobile node's home address to have no effect on the encapsulated datagram's routing until it arrives at the care of address. This type of encapsulation is called the tunneling, and after arriving at the care of address, each datagram is decapsulated and then delivered to the mobile node. So the whole process can be concluded. Say for example, you are sending a gift to your friend. So what you do is you wrap up your gift and then you write the address of that particular friend. So when you wrap the gift, it's called the encapsulation. Your gift is a datagram, and then when you send it to his home, that is called the home agent's address. So when that is the home address, and that is the address in its home agent, that will be sent to the home agent, that is the post office of that particular city. Say for example, your friend is in Ahmedabad, and the post office of Ahmedabad is the home agent. Now the home agent would deliver its packet to its home, but the person that you have sent to, that is your friend, he is not present at his home, but he has gone to his hostel, say somewhere in Baroda. So then the home address, that is the home agent, would again further its process, further your gift towards Baroda. So that is called the routing, that is the routing of your data packet, that is done using the tunneling. Now when your friend receives the actual packet, he would unwrap the gift, that is called the decapsulation, and finally he will receive the whole datagram. That is an example that you can relate to, and again it's an important question. If you have any questions in this, kindly ask. Until then, keep learning.